And welcome back to Pokemon Platinum. This is Legendary China again, signing in. I think I like saying that. Anyway, on the last episode, we got to Route 210 and started exploring. So if we go to the right here and talk to this lady right here, she will actually give you TM51, which TM51 gives you the ability Roost, which heals flying type Pokemon and also nullifies their flying type for the rest of that turn. What that pretty much means that if somebody tries to hit that Pokemon with a electric type or whatever flying is weak against, it won't actually happen. So it's actually really nice. I probably won't. Oh, of course, now I run into a Scyther. This game just likes to mock me. So I probably won't actually give it to Kazooie just because of I really like Kazooie's moveset right now, and it really wouldn't be. I hate Pursuit. Really, probably wouldn't be worth it, but that's okay, so we'll just take out the Scyther. See, there's only a very small chance that you'll ever encounter a Scyther here, and of course, I do. It so figures that would happen. So I'm going to wing attack that Scyther, and then we're going to move on. So, we should be able to get past this route today. I don't see why not for this episode. It won't be that bad to do, so let's just continue on, get back on our bike here, switch gears, ride up, and we run into another double battle here. Now, in case you forgot, in order to actually get up those sand piles, you need to be in the fast gear. So make sure to be in that fast gear, Pikachu and Clefairy, hey? Actually, this group should be fine for once. So we're gonna Rock Smash that Clefairy, and we're gonna Mega Drain that Pikachu, and we'll see where that gets us. Now, once my Shellos actually evolves, I will be so happy just because I will actually have the opportunity to have a really powerful Pokemon with me, and that's really, really, like, nice. And I think at this point I'm going to switch Buzzbee. Well, not now, but I'm going to switch Buzzbee for the, for my Bronzor. I forgot his name all of a sudden, that's horrible, but yeah, I think I'm going to make that switch just because Buzzbee's no longer the weakest Pokemon here, and even though Buzzbee is my HM slave, I do want Buzzbee to keep at a consistent level just in case I need to use him for something. Because as sucky, well, not as sucky, as weak as bug Pokemon are, with the exception of a couple few, they're really useful to have, particularly when we get to like psychic types and stuff, because there's not many Pokemon that are very effective against Psychic. So let's switch for Twinkle. Oh, Twinkle, that was right. Durr. Okay, anyway, let's switch to Slow Gear. This is why I wanted to go that way to get that item there. And honestly, fighting this many trainers is a really good way to stockpile money, and because one of my Pokemon did have the Amulet coin on, Elekid. Haha. It's actually not bad. Alright, Twinkle. Since Twinkle's a steel type, it should be pretty good. Let's start by putting Elekid to sleep. Elekid is the pre-evolved form of Electabuzz, which Elekid's actually a really awesome Pokemon. It'd be nice. Oh, I thought that would do. Yeah. Anyway, it'd be nice if I could put Elekid to sleep. I'm taking a little bit of a risk here using Twinkle, but yeah, Hypnosis is down. And the great thing about Bronzon, this isn't exactly what I wanted when I went into that route, but the great thing about him is it makes a really good wall, especially once it evolves in Bronzon. It has a lot of abilities that essentially slow down your opponent and can pretty much win it for you at times. So let's just start taking down this Elekid now. Now that it's asleep and confused, even when it wakes up, it has to deal with the whole confusion thing. But by the time that this Elekid actually probably can put a move out on me, put a move out on Bronzor, why would you want to do that? By the time it actually does that, we should pretty much have this Elekid gone. Alright, the next is, I couldn't remember if Extrasensory or Confusion, not Confusion. Yeah, Confusion did more. Now that I know, it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. No dying, no dying, no dying, good. Because I actually do want to keep Twinkle. Twinkle's pretty awesome. But if anything did happen to any of these, I've realized that I did have an Eevee in my box since I switched things around in my box a little bit. Happiny. Aw. Remember that happening I told you if you had the oval stone, blah, 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 blah? Yeah, you remember. Anyway, let's get out Ting. Realize I should probably use a couple super potions after I've done this. What are you copycatting? Ah! I forgot that it could do that. Copycat pretty much uses the last move used against your enemy. So since Ting used Extrasensory, Happiny decided to use it on Ting. Yeah. Since Twinkle used Extrasensory, that's what normally happens. And this is why Happiny can sometimes be a huge nuisance. But the great thing about this Happiny is it gives a crap load of experience. Happiny, Chansey, Blissey, those are always the three Pokemon that have given so much experience whenever you fought them. So it might not be a bad idea to use a Versus Seeker if you have it on this trainer right here, just so you can really keep fighting that Happiny and gaining as much experience as you just saw. If you literally only fought that Happiny with one Pokemon, it'd get over 1,000, and 1,000 is a lot at this point. Let's just heal up quickly. Yeah, making a weird noise, I know. Okay. Let's get... Yeah. Come on. I like the later installments of this better when it doesn't actually go back to that main menu, to the item menu, and you can just keep using potions over and over as much as you need them. It's really nice that way. Super Repel. Yeah, those might not be a bad idea if I'm trying to rush through an area or just trying to get to a specific area, like when I did a while ago. Now here, we have the Cafe Cabin. You definitely should go in here, because in here is 3 trainers that you can fight. Howdy, travelers. Some of our customers are rowdy types that want to battle. Do what you will with them, I don't mind. Welcome, this place is my pride and joy. Now, this will not only add more Pokemon to your Pokedex, but it'll also... Once you defeat all of them, you'll be happy that you did. Trust me on that one. Particularly since you will get... Ooh, Clefairy's actually on the same level as me now. Particularly because you'll be able to buy specific stuff after that. And buying something specific is really better than the healing item you currently have. I'll let you know as soon as we get to that point. Yes, I love that Clefairy's using Follow Me when Clefairy's the only person here. That always makes me laugh when they do stuff like that. I just don't get it. Why would you use something that makes you target a specific person if you're the only person? Anyway, I'm rambling. You get the point. Alright, the computers with their movesets, I know it's kind of based on what level that their Pokemon is on, and they don't do anything, like, crazy. But Cosmic Power. Ugh. Okay, so this Clefairy is going to essentially try to be a tank, and I might actually switch to Ting if I can't get another hit on this Clefairy, because it's starting to annoy me. There we go. And because it used Cosmic Power, now Extrasensory is going to do even less than what it was doing before. Now, Wake Up Slash might be a fighting, but because I'm Steel and Psychic, don't need to worry about that. You know what? I'm going to just switch to Ting. Yeah, that way I can actually use the 100% always hit move and don't need to worry about this bull crap. See, I never thought Clefairy would be a decent tank right now, but this Clefairy is actually being a decent tank, which surprises the heck out of me, considering Clefairy, Clefable is essentially can be your HM slave, because I believe it's... yeah, Clefairy is one of the Pokemon that can learn pretty much every TM and HM in the game, so you can create a very powerful Clefable who has almost like who has such a diverse set of moves. I remember that when I did competitively, and I made a Lickety-Lickety, I ended up having Lickety-Lickety with 4 different moves and always having him be my starter in any competitive battle I was doing, just because of how diverse, and having like a Shadow Ball go to gonna have a Lickety-Lickety always made me laugh, or like a Power Whip or something like that. See? Moo Moo Milk is actually what this is called, and I believe you can buy it after you've fought the trainers in here. They might give you a free one or something, I don't remember, but either way, it's always good to fight every single trainer you find. Munchlax! He's so cute. Now, the thing about all of these baby Pokemon is most of them do have metronomes, so that's something you got to be very careful about. And Munchlax evolves into Snorlax, so essentially having the baby form of a big tank is a little bit intimidating, I'll admit. But, you know, we will just keep attacking with Extra Sensory to take that Munchlax out. Man, it's been a while since I've done these. Oh my gosh, that barely does anything. Eek. This could take a little while. The great thing about Extrasensory, though, is they keep flinching every time I use it, and it's like, haha, you can't move. Wow, I'm actually getting really lucky with the flinches. Normally, I don't get this lucky. So, we'll just keep using the same thing over and over and over, so that Munchlax keeps going, ow! And that's funny, when he finally does get a move out, like Screech, it doesn't work! No, this is why I sometimes love having this Pokemon stockpile. Meaning it probably also has Spit Up or Swallow. Swallow sounds funny. Spit Up does damage, Swallow heals, and Stockpile raises defense and special defense. So it's gonna be even harder to take out this Munchlax now. Oh, finally got a Screech out. But at least this Munchlax will be gone in one more hit, thank goodness. And Twinkle will get to level... Yeah, Twinkle will definitely get to level 26 after this, which will be nice. Have Twinkle up a level! Yay! We all celebrate! Okay, level 26. Sweet! And Iron Defense. Let's just forget Confusion. Now, I am going to essentially make Twinkle into a tank, so that's why I am taking Iron Defense. It really does raise your defense up by 2 notches instead of the one that, like, defense roll and stuff like that does. It's really nice, so. Using the Psyduck cuddled outside. Psyduck Pokemon suffer from chronic headaches. I'm afraid we'll have to wait for them to get better. Okay, so. Well, I was gonna show that in a second anyway, but there are a couple of Psyducks outside of here which, do have massive headaches. Ooh, Heracross. It's such an awesome Pokemon. Heracross is a bug flying. I don't want to use Twinkle for this, even though Twinkle could handle it. I want to use Kazooie. That's his bug fighting, and bug fighting is double weakness to flying. Anyway, the Psyducks outside, you need to get a little bit further in the game to actually get back here and get through them, because they are suffering. No! Damn it! Ugh! Seriously? Alright, well, looks like we have another casualty. Alright, so I've actually been getting a lot more casualties than I'd ever wanted to with this run. I'll still be okay. It's not like I'm gonna die or anything. It's just gonna... This is just making this so much harder now that I have my super powerful flying type that just died. So, when I get back to Pokemon Center, I'm gonna just figure out who to switch out for Kazooie now that Kazooie died. Oh my gosh. See, this is the challenge of a Nuzlocke. A critical hit like that can change everything. And Heracross is a very powerful Pokemon, so it makes sense that I'd lose to that, but just... That irritates me, just to have that happen. Alright, so I'll figure out who to use in place of Kazooie. I'm really not sure. Anyway, this lady here buys Moo Moo Milk, so I'm just gonna buy a dozen of them. So, Moo Moo Milk actually heals more than Super Potions, and they're better than Super Potions. Well, I'll keep using Super Potions for a little bit. I'm sorry, Kazooie! Ugh! I really wanted to keep Kazooie too. I need to look through my box, see if I have another good flying type with me. Anyway, over here is the Psyducks. The Psyduck are standing firm. They aren't inclined to move at all, so yeah, they're not moving. And we head to the right to Route 215. And there's quite a few things here as well. The Pokemon that you can actually find here: Scyther, Kadabra, Lickitung, Abra, Staravia, Marill, Drowsy during the day. The morning, there's nothing different. At night, Yeah, no matter what time you're here, you're gonna find the same Pokemon. Um, but the really awesome thing about here is that it's constantly raining. You're gonna find zones that always have this consistent thing that's happening, so let's first start by just waddling in the grass till we find our next partner. Ooh! A Lickitung! Really? That's awesome. You know, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Lickitung, like I said, is a very diverse Pokemon, and I'm very surprised that that's what I actually ran into. So, we're gonna just go ahead and try to capture this Lickitung. You're knocking off my stinking Quick Claw, you son of a gun. Alright, well, we're gonna start by trying to put this Lickitung to sleep. No, I'm actually really happy that I got a Lickitung. Lickitung's a really good Pokemon. Actually, Lickitung might actually be in my party, but I really, really want a flying type, but I don't want another poison type, so unless I get lucky and capture another flyer somewhere, it's probably going to end up being... You know what? Maybe this would be a good time to bring out that Eevee and get a fire type into my party. Because I do have that Eevee, I do have the Firestone, so it might not be a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I might put Eevee back in. Anyway, Great Ball, let's capture this Lickitung. I should be able to because it's asleep. It shouldn't be too bad now. I hope. Come on, capture it. Yay! And our new partner is Lickitung. Which, I'm not sure what I'll call him yet. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, it's a him, okay. Tongue's data was added. When it extends its over 6 foot long tongue, its tail quivers. There is a possibility that they are connected. Interesting. Alright, let's name this Lickitung, the Lickmeister. I like that. Oh, some of the names I come up with are crazy. Lickmeister. Oh, it fits! It just fits! Okay, Lickmeister is sent to Nuzlock 1. Sweet. Alright, so let's continue on a little ways to this trainer right here. I'm a treasure hunter. Today the loot is a victory from you. But you won't win. Alright, Ruin Maniac Calvin. Starts out with a Bronzor. Now this is where a fire type will really come in handy. So I think I'm gonna get myself a fire type. Especially since my old fire type died, which was really annoying. The only thing I don't like about using the Pokemon I'm gonna use as a fire type, I wonder if this... Does this Bronzor have Levitate, I wonder? I don't know. Alright, we'll go to Tang. I had to think for a second because I didn't want to have this Bronzor be, like, really annoying. Of course it used Hypnosis. Stupid thing. The only problem with using a Flareon is that Flareon's specialty is its physical attacks, and it can't actually learn any physical fire moves. It's incapable, no matter what you do. Literally, I've never been able to do it. Even through breeding, it's impossible for Flareon to learn any type of fire move, so... that's Psychic. That should be okay, because Ghost is not strong in Psychic, but it doesn't matter, so... okay. I mean, really, Shellos will be really good here, because the rain adds power to the... I can't think today. Because the rain adds an oomph to water-type moves. I think it's like a 20% increase or something like that. I don't remember. Oh, come on, Tang! Just wake up! Well, I'm not losing Tang, because rare Pokemon is something I don't want to lose, which is why I'm actually kind of happy I got a Lickitung, which, in all honesty, Lickitung will probably be who the next Pokemon I use is, just because I don't want to waste a Firestone on Eevee. Because even though there's not a lot of Fire-type Pokemon in this game, it's still, ugh. Alright, I should be okay against this Bronzor. If it's only using Extrasensory, and Extrasensory really hasn't been doing much. Only thing I'm worried about is the confusion. As long as I get another... well, as long as I get a Thunder Shock out, I'm all set. And you can probably hear the lovely train going by. Hi, train! Not train the group, which, by the way, I absolutely love the group train. I've been recently listening to a lot of their music, and it's been awesome. But yeah. Anyway, Ting's at level 28. Sweet. Is there another? Yeah, there's still another one. Shieldon. So Shieldon is a. I know it's a steel type. What is it? A rock steel? Either way, I'll use Koopa. I think Shieldon is a rock steel type. Now, back long ago when we fought the first gym leader, he had a Cranidos. What was it called? A Cranidos? I don't remember what it's called, but it's the other version. This is one of the Pokemon that can only be created through a fossil, which we'll eventually get later on, and that might not be a bad one to have in my party either at this point. One of those two. Either way, we got through Calvin, thank goodness. Oh, that kind of scared me. Alright, so continuing on, here's an item here, which is a Max Ether, which might actually be useful. This is another runner. He will only fight you during the morning, so you'll not actually see what he has. Okay, if you talk to this guy here, he'll tell you about the joys of Payback, and he'll also give you TM66, which is a dark type move called Payback. If it's used second during the battle, the attack power of it is doubled, so it is really nice. Anyway, ooh, camera moved. So we're gonna cut down this tree and see what is over here. We have a trainer and a Pokeball. You come along with your hot pound and you think you can win like that? Yeah! I really need to get myself a flying type again. I don't want to raise a Zubat either. I'm dreading this. Anyway. So here we have a Machop. We know what Machops are. They're fighting types. One of the oldest fighting types since the first generation. So we're going to get Ting out here, who's immune to pretty much everything Machop can throw at me. Oh, Foresight, though. Foresight might make one of his attacks hit. I'm not 100% sure, but it used to be when they first did that if you use Foresight on a Ghost type, you can hit it with a normal move. So I'm not sure if that's still the case here or not. I guess we're about to find out. Or not, because I just one-hitted that Machop very easily. So now I'm assuming this guy is probably going to have plenty of Machops. Because normally these black belts only have fighting types, so sometimes you can tell what they have just by what they are. The fighters normally only have fighting types, the climbers normally only have rock or ground types. So you can pretty much tell what you're going to face from that, which is pretty nice actually. Okay, another one down the drain, and who's going to be our last one? Our last one is, 3 Machops in a row, what do you know? Okay, Machop, time to go bye-bye. Bye-bye! Boom. And boom goes dynamite, as Cleveland would say. Yeah, I know I'm using a lot of quotes in these, but you know what? I've learned a couple of quotes that I feel might be effective for some of this thing. So good, he's down. Let's get a fist plate. Now, what a fist plate does? Obtain plate. The power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Now, what the fist plate does is you give it to a fighting type, their power will actually increase. So that's very nice. I have another black belt here. This makes me really wish that Staravia didn't just die. Oh, I'm so pissed about that. Croagunk. Now, Croagunk's a poison fighting type. Yeah, I know, a little bit different than what we're used to, but poison fighting's interesting. But this is also going to mean that Twinkle here is going to do amazing. Okay. Because it'll have a double weakness to extrasensory. So I actually do a pretty good amount from that, I believe. Oh yeah. Croagunk's a very rare Pokemon. You can only find it in the Safari Zone. So that's something that's going to be very hard for me to actually obtain if I ever want to try to get that. Especially since it's very rare. And I don't think I've ever gotten a Croagunk, ever, when I've played through these games. That's how tough it is to find. Okay, anyway, let's continue on, see what we have here. Now, let's take the cut path. Take a little shortcut. Now, it's always nice to have a Pokemon with cut around just because you can take these shorter paths. Well, not shorter paths, but paths like this that actually contain berries and stuff like that. You know what? Berries are really good, so you want to keep them. Especially since they can really help, especially with the Nuzlock challenge, which I'm still annoyed that freaking Staravia is now gone. Urgh. Anyway, let's grab this item here. Hyper Potion. Nice. Now, with a Super Potion healing 100, Hyper Potion I think does like 200 or something like that. So that's pretty good. Of course, now I'm going to run into 5 million Lickitungs, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll just show this one for the heck of it. Actually, I'm probably just going to run away. So, now, no, does Bronzor still have his item on? Yeah, I just wanted to make sure he did. Okay, alrighty. Now we'll take the cut path here. Always use the cut paths, just as a rule of thumb, because you never know what you're going to find. And here we have another trainer. As you see, I'm always trying to run into every trainer that I encounter just so I can get a good amount of experience. Particularly, that way I don't have to train as much when we actually get to the, gym leaders. And I'm actually pretty well balanced, because I do overtrain when I do get to these gym leaders just because I don't want my whole party dying. So it'll, between me, probably when I get to the Elite Four setting, I'm going to completely overtrain just to make sure that my guys can handle anything the Elite Four can throw, just because of how difficult the Elite Four can be to take down. Oh good, Twinkle's gonna be on level 27 now, sweet. You know what, even though I've lost a good amount of Pokemon, I should still be okay with this, so I'm not too worried. Machop, okay. It does normal damage. I don't want it to do normal damage, so... You know what? I'm going to take the chance with Ting. Or Twinkle, sorry. Because Twinkle is a Psychic type, and having a Psychic type is useful. It's very useful. So that extra sensory should almost take out the Machop. And see, it's only using Foresight, so it's probably going to use like Karate Chop, which has the potential to kill me at this point, but I'm not going to let it live long enough to actually do that to me, so... See? Twinkle is actually faster than some of these guys, which Bronzor is a very slow Pokemon. He might be slow, but his defense is amazing, which is why I like having a Bronzor with me. Alrighty, let's see now. Oh, the taunt wore off. Meditite. Fighting Psychic. Eh? That'd be good against a fighting Psychic type. Meh. We'll go with Ting for this one, that way. The Psychic moves will hit, but the fighting won't. Yeah, used Detect on something that I'm not using. Good job, Meditite. Meditite would be kind of fun to have, too. I mean, a lot of these Pokemon would be fun to have, but the fact that I'm trying to still keep a very balanced group, considering the crap I'm going through right now, it's not really easy. The only thing I could really hope for at this point is that I actually do get another flyer. Like, it's a good thing that Staravia is such a common Pokemon within this game, just because I'll easily maybe be able to get another one. I might actually have another Starly in my box, which I'll just train up as much as I can at this point, so... Alright, if we continue on... Do you have anything to say? Nope, another jogger. Any joggers you find are only going to fight you during the day. Or, sorry, not during the day, in the morning, since it is currently daytime for me, and they're not fighting. Alright, so now we have Shockwave, which we already have seen what Shockwave does. And that's going to be about it for this episode. So, on the next episode, we will go get that Pokeball, go fight these trainers, and get to the next city, which is Veilstone City, which is not far from here. So, until then, this is Legendary China, signing off.